In great deeds something abides. On great fields something stays. Forms change and pass, bodies disappear, but spirits linger to consecrate ground for the vision place of souls. And reverent men and women from afar, and generations that know us not and that we know not of, heart-drawn to see where and by whom great things were suffered and done for them, shall come to this deathless field to ponder and dream. And lo, the shadow of a mighty presence shall wrap them in its bosom, and the power of the vision pass into their souls. Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, Gettysburg, October 3rd, 1889. Joshua Chamberlain, who received the Medal of Honor for his bravery here during the Battle of Gettysburg, wrote these words over 100 years ago. He was speaking about you and me, generations of people who would come to these rolling hills in southern Pennsylvania to understand the sacrifice and suffering endured by men for the sake of a free and united country. Today, military historian and licensed battlefield guide Wayne Motz will take you on a journey that will bring their stories to life. For more than a decade, Wayne has taken visitors from all over the world on hundreds of tours of the battlefield. Wayne will take us to the most important spots and explain the events, the personalities, and the military strategy that makes Gettysburg one of the most historic destinations in the country. Welcome to the Travel Brains Field Guide to the Battlefield of Gettysburg.
You should now be parked in the Visitor Center or Cyclorama parking lot. This tour is designed to follow the official park auto tour signs that are posted throughout the park. The signs are easily recognized by the white star on the blue and gray background, as seen in your field guidebook. On a few occasions, we will deviate from the park tour signs momentarily, so please pay close attention to the directions and consult the driving map in your field guidebook prior to departing for each destination. Before we begin driving, Wayne will provide some background on the Battle of Gettysburg.
Thank you for joining me on this tour of the Gettysburg battlefield. Let's start out by answering the basic question, why was the Battle of Gettysburg important? I believe it was important for three reasons. First, Gettysburg was a crucial turning point in the American Civil War. The combination of Union victories here at Gettysburg and almost at the same time at Vicksburg on the Mississippi are recognized by historians as the decisive turning point in the war. Gettysburg also has the distinction of being the largest single battle in terms of the number of men killed, wounded, or captured in the American Civil War. It was the bloodiest battle ever fought on the North American continent. We hope it will forever be the bloodiest battle fought on the North American continent. Of the approximately 170,000 soldiers fighting at Gettysburg, 51,000 were killed, wounded, or captured. To put that in some perspective, think of how many people would go visit a major ball game today. Probably 50 to 80,000 people. Well, here at the Battle of Gettysburg, over the course of 3 days, Wednesday, July 1st, Thursday, July 2nd, and Friday, July 3rd of 1863, there were 51,000 men killed, wounded, or captured. So you see the enormity of the sacrifice and destruction of this battle. Just under 1/3 of all the men who came to Gettysburg to fight would not leave in the same way. Many would never leave at all. Finally, I believe Gettysburg is significant because the 16th President of the United States traveled to Gettysburg 4.5 months after the battle to dedicate a portion of the field as a national cemetery. On November 19, 1863, President Lincoln delivered what would be one of the most important speeches in American history, the Gettysburg Address. Small, 13 sentences, some 274 words, yet it succinctly and eloquently captured the enormity of the soldiers' sacrifice here. During the speech, Lincoln said, "The world will little note nor long remember what we say here." Well, he wasn't quite right about that because today we know that people travel from all over the world to come see where he gave the Gettysburg Address. But he was right about one thing, that the world can never forget what they did here. And what they did here is what touring Gettysburg is all about, to explain the sacrifice of the men from the Union and Confederacy that fought and died on this battlefield. It is these personal stories, this human drama, if you will, that makes the Battle of Gettysburg important today. I will share with you some of their stories as we tour the battlefield.